The passenger. I hit the man just after midnight. I didn't think it was hard enough to kill him, but enough to know he would be seriously hurt. He came out of the rain without warning, one step too far into the road, and I swerved too late. There was a dull thump, the sound of something giving way, and then he was on the tarmac, rolling once before lying still. I stopped the car. I sat there with my hands locked on the wheel, heart trying to break out of my ribs, rain hammering the windscreen hard enough to blur the world into streaks of white. When I got out, he was already sitting up. "I'm sorry," he said calmly. "That was my fault." His voice was steady, too steady. "I'm so sorry I hit you," I said. "Let me call an ambulance." He looked down at himself, brushing rain from his coat. "No blood, no obvious injury. No," he said. "You just need to take me home." I should have insisted. I know that now. But the road was empty. The rain was heavy, and when he walked, he didn't limp. I opened the passenger door. He gave me an address I recognized, a village about 20 minutes away. We drove in silence at first. The heater struggled against the cold. Rain battered the car, the wipers barely keeping up. After a while, he spoke. "You didn't even slow down," he said. I tried to stop. "No," he replied gently. "You hesitated." I glanced at him. His face was pale, colourless, like it hadn't seen sunlight in a long time. "You're not hurt?" I asked. "Not anymore." Something about that settled badly in my stomach. As we passed a lay-by, my headlight swept over a familiar shape, a shoe. Lying alone at the edge of the road, I looked at my passenger next to me. Both his shoes were on. 5 minutes later, the sat-nav cut out. The radio followed. The car kept moving, but everything else felt muted, like the world had been wrapped in thick cloth. "I didn't report it," I said suddenly. He nodded. "I know. You don't even know my name." "I know what you did after," he said. "You checked the mirror. You waited. Then you drove on. The road ahead curved sharply. I slowed, hands shaking. "You're not real," I whispered. He turned to me. "I was," he said. "That's the important part." I slammed the brakes. The car stopped. He didn't move. "You should have stopped," he added. I smelled damp earth, old leaves, rot. The doors locked on their own. "Drive on," he said. We reached the village just before 1 in the morning. Every house was dark. He directed me down a narrow lane past a churchyard and told me to stop beside a low stone wall. "This is it," he said. I looked around. "There's nothing here." "Yes," he replied. "There is." He pointed through the rain. A headstone stood just beyond the wall. Fresh soil, no flowers yet, no date carved, no name. "I'm dreaming," I said. "You were," he said. "Now you're remembering." He opened the car door. Cold rushed in. Before he stepped out, he leaned back towards me. "You have to understand what you did." I woke up in my car on the side of the road. Morning light filtered through the trees. No rain, no passenger, just a scuff on my front bumper. I drove home in silence. The news was on when I arrived. A man had been found dead on a country road. Hit and run. No witnesses. They showed a photograph of the scene. Police tape. A body mostly covered. A familiar coat. A single shoe. That night I heard a car pull up outside my house. Headlights burned through the curtains. An engine idled. I looked out. My car was parked outside. Behind it, another car. A man sat in the driver's seat, watching my front door, waiting. When he saw me at the window, he opened the door. His police uniform made me catch my breath. They had found me. The police station smelled of coffee and disinfectant. I sat in the interview room, with my hands wrapped around a paper cup I hadn't touched, telling the same story for the third time. "I didn't leave him," I said. I stopped. I checked. He was standing. He talked to me. The officers didn't interrupt. They exchanged a look I recognized. Pity. They told me they'd found him just after dawn, dead at the roadside. Internal injuries, no witnesses, hit and run. "But I spoke to him," I said. "He was in the car with me after I hit him." "That's impossible," the officer said gently. "The injuries he sustained mean he was killed immediately. They let me go just before midnight. No charges. Not yet." Outside, the car park was empty, except for my car. As I unlocked it, I noticed something on the passenger seat. Mud, fresh, damp, and a single shoe, the same one I'd seen on the road. The engine turned over without hesitation. As I pulled out, the heater clicked on by itself. "You did the right thing," the man's voice said calmly from beside me. I gripped the wheel. "I told them everything," I whispered. I don't think they believed me. I know, he said. I didn't look at him. I just needed you to understand, he continued. Guilt doesn't disappear when you confess, it just changes seats. The car slowed as we approached a familiar stretch of road, the place where I'd first seen him. He reached for the door handle. Some of us don't get to walk away, he said, but you get to carry on. The car stopped. The passenger door opened, cold air rushed in. When I looked across, the seat was empty. I drove home alone. Every time I pass a pedestrian at night, I slow down, and every time I hesitate, I feel someone sitting beside me, waiting to see if I'll stop this time. Thank you for listening. For more horror stories, like and subscribe to the channel. If you have ideas for a story, just add a comment.